on YouTube. And finally, YouTube goes up. Whew, look at that. That's crazy. It's going to be one of those days. Oh, hey, everybody. I'm Louis Porter Jr., and you're watching Transparency Agenda Daily on June 1st, first day of the month. Why is everybody and their brother writing me like right now? I guess crazy stuff's going on. Maybe there's some crazy stuff going on. That's why I look at it. So let's start out. Oop, I'm moving screens around as I'm talking to you. I'm doing like 12 things at once because God knows doing one thing at once would be stupid. So that's better. So let's start out with some fun stuff. Some Kickstarters going on. You know, I've got to talk about my Kickstarters. I'm a big fan of those. They all got cool stuff. You can check our links. But really, the most important one to me right now, I mean, let me just be honest, is Top Secret New World Order. How many more days left? 17 more days. Jeez, it feels like forever. It really feels like forever. I just want this thing to be up and done so I can buy it. I really can. So we got a lot of Kickstarters. You can check on our stuff. High Plains Samurai, One Ring Monsters, Zombicide. I just checked. Zombicide was like a 1.7 million when I checked it. So 2 days in, I guess they're not doing too bad. Let me check out Arcanum. How was Arcanum doing? 7,000. Asked for 5,000. How many days in? It's all the way back in. So it's still got 12 more days. So it's going to be a winner, whatever happens. So that's a good deed. See, boom, good deed. And of course, our patrons we should always support because you know I always like telling people you should support our friends. They're our friends. Our friends deserve our support. So of course, check out Clinton, Owen, and Raging Swan. Yeah, they're Pathfinder focused, but yeah, you'll find some cool stuff in there that you will appreciate. I believe that's important. You know, these guys do a lot of good work for us, so you should always support the ideas and concepts they're coming up with. Yeah, that's really an easy one for that one. Next up, one of my favorite parts was I get to pimp myself, son. That's right, pimp myself. Who is bothering me while I'm trying to do my show? Don't you know my show is on? Yeah, well, you know, these things happen. Oh, these things happen, as always. So promotion. First and foremost, got our own stuff. We're doing New Access Legacies, of course. Stonemeyer blog, I think, was a repeat today. Black Diamond had a great like actual piece about what's going on in the whole industry. So you should check this out. And of course, Gary Vaynerchuk. But this is going to come back since we're talking about this stuff. And the most important thing, okay, what's new in the scene? Boom. Okay, this one takes a little second. All right. So today, Asmodee announced that they're going exclusive with Alliance. And I know most people are like, what does that matter? I don't know who Asmodee is. I don't care about Alliance. Well, this is why you should care. Asmodee is probably one of the most influential, I'm sure the most profitable companies going on right now. And the North American division has gone with Alliance exclusively. All right, so to give you some context about this, back in the early 90s, 92, not early 93, Marvel and DC kind of did the same thing. So back then, there were about 20 different comic distributors. But the three biggest ones were Diamond, Capital, and Heroes World. All three of those respectively. And they all controlled probably between 75 to 80% of the market, those three. And the other 17 controlled the rest of them, just running around crazy like that. So this is going on. This is going crazy. Oh, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So then, oh my God, don't people know I'm doing my show? So then, a big announcement came out first. And the first one was that DC Comics, was going exclusive with Diamond. Now, you have to remember, I told you, there were only three big guys, DC being one of them. So, boom, all of a sudden, DC's been taking out these other 20 companies, now going to this one, which is Diamond, a.k.a. Alliance. They also own Alliance. Sorry, Diamond owns Alliance, so we just want to know. Then, it was a few weeks later, but it felt like a few days later, Marvel announced they're buying Heroes World. Okay, so the number one guy, Diamond, just took DC totally exclusive. The number three guy, Heroes World, took Marvel exclusive. All right. In the middle, there's Capital City. Capital City was the number two. Capital was a pretty robust number two. They had everything in. But within like weeks, they lost their top two sellers, which probably, honestly, was about 50 to like 60, not even more, probably 70% of their actual money generated. So imagine taking a hit of 70%. Bam! You're down. You are down the ground going, you're thrashing about. That's how bad it was for Capital. And within less than a year, Capital. Well, no, sorry, it was a little more than a year. Because while that's going on, Marvel was trying to make Heroes World work. They couldn't figure out how it worked. They couldn't get the distribution part right. They were late on books, and it became a huge fiasco for them. The exact opposite of what it should have been. So, my God, it was bad. I mean, it was bad. It was bad for them. So, with that, of course, Marvel decides to get out of it and said, okay, we're not going to do this Heroes World. We're going to go exclusive with Diamond. So now you have the number 1 and number 2 company, depending how you feel on it, at Diamond exclusively. So if you didn't have an account with Diamond, and you say you didn't like Diamond, it didn't matter. You had to deal with Diamond to get the stuff. So you couldn't do that. Boom, Diamond got it. Ta-da! You couldn't sell roughly 80% of the market. You couldn't get access to if you didn't have an account with Diamond. So basically, everybody got a Diamond account. Heroes World crumbled. Capital City crumbled. Diamond then bought out whatever was left over and then Diamond became the world's largest comic book distributor. And this is 93. So flash forward now, 2017, the exact kind of thing is kind of happening now. Asmodee going with Alliance has really made Alliance a massive powerhouse overnight. I know a lot of people are like, well, that's 15% of my sales or 20% of my sales just through one company. Now, the flip side to all this going on, and there's going to be talk about this for a long time, the biggest problem about all this is that the fallout you're going to have between the smaller distributors who not being able to sell Asmodee, they're probably going to be out of business. And the whole process that took from the whole falling out from back in the old days with Marvel and DC took about a year. So I'm guessing you guys going to sign up. So probably next time this year, you'll see who's ever remain standing. And it's going to probably be like ACD, PhD. We were talking about it earlier today. Like a lot of the medium-sized guys that are well-known, but the smaller indie guys, forget it. They're gonna take that 20% hit and probably go out of business, because it's like at this point, it wouldn't surprise me if Diamond announces something else they're gonna go exclusive with. They're gonna try to get people really exclusive, because that's made Diamond very, very powerful in the past. They know it worked. I mean, look, Marvel and DC proved that one totally. I mean, you look at their previous catalog, it's like yay thick. And, they control the market. They control the 2 big guys in the market, and basically everything else fell aligned with them. And you said, if you do comics, there's no way you can do comics and not do them. It's it is impossible. If you want to get Marvel or DC, you got to go through Diamond. If you don't, well, then you got tons of independent places to go to and smaller shops. And you will do, kind of okay. And I'm not being, and no, you won't. You won't. Sorry, you can't cut off roughly, now 70% of the market and not think you're going to do well. That's just way too much money just left on the table that you can't get access to. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on there. I'm just telling you, man. It's just oh my God. It's a crazy time for retailers. A lot of retailers are terrified now, and you hear that from them. They're like, "Holy cow, what the?" Yeah, and it is bad for them, because a lot of guys don't like dealing with Diamond because Diamond has issues. I'll just tell you my personal issues as a publisher dealing with them. I got to a point where I was doing stuff through them. I'd have retailers send me, "Hey, can you send any more copies of your game out?" Diamond says they don't have any. And I'm like, well, that's not, sorry, Alliance said they don't have any. I'm like, well, that's not true. And I called Alliance. They're like, no, we're full up. They said, we'll send them out to them. And they never did. And the salesperson I had was not a good salesperson. I don't think the person works anymore. I actually had 2 people. One definitely got fired, and the other one just didn't know what to do. And I was like, what the? And this is what always turned me off about distributors, because I didn't want to go chase people down to sell my product that I'm giving them, that I'm paying them to store it. So if I'm going to pay you to store it, why am I going to have to chase you down to sell it? That never made sense to me. So I just said, well, I'll just sell it myself, and I'll just cut the middleman, and I'll keep that money in my pocket. And some people do that, and some people don't. I don't know why they do, and I don't know why they don't. But it's by choice. It's by choice what goes on. And it's just like I said, it's a lot of different things. It's a lot of different things. And I am personally, I'm happy, and I'm dismayed this is happening. I'm happy because this kind of stuff helps things change up in the industry. Things will change up radically. Not always good, but there will be some change, and some change isn't always positive. So people have to kind of deal with that accordingly. I think it's not the best thing, but it is what it is. You have to accept that and move on. And I think this whole shakeout with Asmodee will happen within a year, and we're going to see who's left, and we're going to see whoever's left, how well they're doing. I think, I'm be honest with you, I think this is going to probably take down a couple stores too. Some stores that have maybe picked bad, I don't say bad, but not the right choices. And, the weird thing, what if, we haven't even seen the end of this. What if WotC goes exclusive with Diamond? I mean, sorry, the Lions. It's like you call them the same thing, but to me, it's the same company. What happens if they go? That's another big cut. That's what, another 20%? What do you think? 10% of the market? 20%? Boom. How many people can, that effect alone will change a lot of stuff. And that will change the playing field accordingly. So what can I say? I mean, it's a lot right there. Oof, that's going to be some crazy time. Like I said, somebody's going to go out of business because of this. That's how serious it is. Somebody's going to lose their company, their job, maybe store or stores, plural, because of this. Or even weirder, there'll be some people who will thrive in this kind of environment and do very well. That's all I can say about that. All right, so next up, the Paizo 2017 PaizoCon Preview Banquet is up online from the guys over at No Direction. There's a link directly here. You can check it out. And, but the big talk about the entire thing was the one thing that everyone wanted to talk about, Starfinder. Starfinder, 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 Starfinder. And with that, of course, I know you all were like, oh, yes. So because of my contacts, and I tell you right now, man, it's good to have contacts all over the U.S. and overseas because, people get all kinds of great stuff. So this isn't what I thought it was going to be. This was not what I thought it was going to be. And I don't mean in a bad way. A lot of people were thinking adventure. And the first thing I thought about was like, well, how can you have an adventure? You don't have the rules. So this is more of a, I don't use the word conversion book because that's not correct, but it's definitely an introduction to the setting. And it looks beautiful. I kid you not. It is well done. I think what they did in the first 3 pages was brilliant. It's basically giving you, this is Starfinder. This is Starfinder. Here's what makes it different from Pathfinder. Here's what makes it similar than Pathfinder. So if you play Pathfinder, it's some easy stuff to help you with the conversion. And the rest of it is some awesome information about some awesome monsters. And I said, I'm not going to reveal anything because, once again, I have it. Just because I have it doesn't mean I'm going to tell everybody and spoil it for other people. I will say this. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, 10, 11. 10, 11. I'm not gonna use the word monster. I'm gonna say combatants. That's a better term. And what I think is also cool, they give you a lot of different stuff. You can see a lot of various stuff. How the system adjusts for Starfinder, which is, very similar to Pathfinder. If you're a fan, you'll get it. And yes, if you're wondering, yes, there is space goblins in this. I think this is done well. Like I said, I'm not going to reveal anything because, once again, I'm not going to spoil it. But I will say that by seeing just this thing on space goblins I did in here, I am more than pleased at the quality of work they've done. I think this is going to be the sci-fi setting to look at. I think a lot of people are going to be wanting to support this. And third party. I think this is going to be the shot in the arm in the industry to get people back excited about something new. 5e was that for a while. Pathfinder was that for a while. I think this will be that shot in the arm. Alan, based on what you see, are you going to make products? Oh, yeah, of course I'm making products for. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. Yes. I knew I was making a product for it, when they first announced it last year. I knew it was going to be a good idea when I saw it back then. I think this is just an amazing piece. I think this works very well. I think this is something that people will see and be like, oh, okay. This is what this means. And this is what this means. So this is very much that first step into you accepting, yes, I want to get Pathfinder. I get Starfinder. I want to play it. I want to make some cool stuff. And if you're a fan of science fiction, this is going to be perfect. This will be perfect for guys like me who love that kind of stuff and are going to make tons of product, going to make tons of cool stuff, going to get tons of excitement stuff. I think this just helped sell it to me even better than it could have. I knew it was going to be good. That wasn't really a surprise. But getting this was a perfect thing. And I think when this is released, on Free RPG Day, you should go to your local stores. You should pick it up. You should take it home, digest it, because there's a lot of stuff going on. Digest it. Put a little bit of stuff in your head. and think what kind of cool stuff you're gonna make for Starfinder. I've already got my cool thing thought up. I had it thought up last year. I've just made it cooler. What I wish they would have shown, I know they couldn't have, but I wish. I'm so excited about the starships. I really want to see what they do with the starships because that's one of my favorite starships. Mecha, my favorite thing. So I know that Mecha. Well, at least I can't say I know. I've heard rumors that Mecha isn't in there. I don't know for sure, but I've heard that, and I said that maybe down the line. I'm like, oh well, but the starships are there, so boom. That's my thought. I think if you are a fan of it, if you are a fan of Pathfinder, you should check this out. I think this is another success. And, this is going to sound goofy. This is a... let me... Okay. As one graphic designer to another graphic designer, I think Sarah's art direction is really amazing. I'm kind of pissed because I'm always like, oh, my standards I feel are low. I need to raise my standards. She really... I mean, this book looks like a future product. This is what I expect a future product based on Pathfinder to look like. It is very much in line with graphically what I thought it would be. And I think the team did a great job. I can't just say she was the only person, of course, but I think the team did a great job. I think this is going to be a super hit. I think you need to, I'm not joking when I say this, I think you need to run to your store on the free RPG day and get this, because I think this is going to go quickly. That's going to be no lie, none of that. It's going to go very quickly. And, you don't want to miss out. You don't want to be going, oh, I should have waited. No, shouldn't have waited. I told you. I'm telling you now. Don't wait. You'll regret this if you wait. You'll be there upset that you waited. All right. I got to get out of here. I got some more work to do. Got some own personal stuff. And tomorrow's Friday. And we have, of course, our interview we're doing tomorrow with Thurston Hillman. He's going to come by. Actually, I got to call him to confirm some stuff, get him set up. And tomorrow we're going to talk about more Starfinder. It's going to be a lot of Starfinder. So if you're interested in Starfinder, you can talk to him about it. He'll be able to tell you some stuff. He'll tell you some stuff he can't tell. But we'll also get an understanding from a guy who worked his way through the ranks to now working as a, not on site, but off site guy at Paizo. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, if he did it, that means you can do it. And if you always wanted to do it, well, you've got a roadmap to follow. So that's what I'm saying. Watch our show tonight. You'll enjoy it. It'll be fun. Oh, tonight, good Lord. Tomorrow, it'll be enjoyable. It'll be fun. It'll be informative, and you'll get all that information. So once again, thank you so much. And as always, like I always say, buddy, if you're a fan or you're just new here, subscribe. Very important to subscribe. And most importantly, go tell your parents you love them. I do know my parents, so I love them, of course. But go have dinner with your family. I mean, it's a nice thing. They appreciate that kind of stuff. And if you have kids, go tell your kids they're awesome. Give them a kiss. Tell them you love them, because that's really what's important. That's always the important thing to me. And as always, I will talk to you all later, meaning tomorrow. So come by. It will be 9 o'clock. Of course, I'll put a link up. It's going to be on our YouTube channel, but we'll put a new link up when we send everything out so you all can watch it and all enjoy it. And I hope that you have as much fun watching it as we'll be talking. All right, everybody. I will talk to you all later.